Hello everyone, good morning. This is a recording for Virtual Cloud Labs. We gave a session already regarding this new addition to Ktech SMS. However, this is just for those who missed the session, an iteration over what we already discussed. So for now, you will find a new page called Virtual Cloud Labs. My VPS stands for My Virtual Private Servers, and Student VPS stands for Student Virtual Private Servers. So for those two pages, as an instructor, you will not have to worry about adding or creating anything. It will be done by the whoever is managing the system. You will find if you are teaching, for example, IST 219 lab, you should find a virtual machine already created for you. If not, then please contact me or contact the lab manager, and they will assign a virtual private server for you and for your students. Again, this is done once at the beginning of the semester. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about it afterwards. Once created, you will find you might be teaching multiple labs, of course. Therefore, you will have a virtual machine for each section. So, for example, I'm teaching 219, section 2. I might have multiple virtual machines for the same section, or I might have a single virtual machine for it. So for 219 section 2, in this case, this is just for testing purposes. I have two virtual machines, okay? Um, one is called Ubuntu Instructor 1. This is the code name of the virtual machine. And you can see the configuration already mentioned in the name. If you want more details, you can click on it, and it will show you additional details about this virtual machine. In addition, it will give you the weekly quota and the monthly quota. For instructors, I think we assigned around 20 hours per week. Um, I think so, around 20 hours per week. Again, this is since we are doing this project for the first time, we can adjust this amount as needed if we see that it is not enough. Okay. Here you will find notes regarding the virtual machine, and here you will find your sessions. Basically, this will show you when did you start and stop the virtual machine during this semester. Again, these are just details for to track the cost. So we will need them later for budgeting. Okay, you don't have to worry about it that much. Just if you're not sure why uh, your quota is this amount, or why when did you use 7 hours, for example, you can always review your session history. Uh, as you can see right now, my virtual machine status is stopped. So all I need to do is click on start. I'll start my virtual machine. Again, this is Ubuntu virtual machine, which will be used for ICT219. The other one I created, since I'm not teaching any cybersecurity specific courses, actually. I have another virtual machine called Instructor 1. This is for cybersecurity. This is Kali Linux, actually. Okay. I'll go through it very soon. Let me just switch to the student view. For the student view, more of the same, really. The student name, the student ID, their weekly quota. Of course, they have less quota than us. I think we assigned for them 4 hours per week. 4 hours per week, that means they have 2 hours for the lab and 2 hours to practice. Again, this is our first time conducting or using this system. We've used Lably before. Whoever used Lably will know that sometimes we might need to assign students extra hours. This can be requested from the VCL manager. You can see here, this student was assigned 10 plus hours per week. Okay. That means they have their 4 hours quota in addition to 10 hours extra. So this is where the system can be a little bit flexible. I can, from here, start and stop the virtual machines for students. You will see the lock icon here. What does this lock icon mean? This was not available in the instructor. This will allow me to lock and unlock the virtual machine for students. So in this case, if I feel like the students are still getting used to the system, they might start and stop the virtual machine without noticing or by mistake, okay? And this will charge them, it will consume from their quota. So in this case, to avoid any misuse, at least in the first few labs, I recommend blocking the virtual machines for the students. You can select all students this way, and then click on lock VPSs. This way you can lock for all students visible in this page. You have to, if you're having more students, you have to make sure that you increase the pagination, and you're always uh, advised to filter by the current course. Okay, so select your course before you start any action. For example, 209 section 2. So you'll be able to see only these students, because in this page it will show all your students for all your courses, if that makes sense. Okay, and you can filter by VPS template, by status, if it's running stopped. You can sort, and we will add another filter, which is filtering by locked and unlocked. Okay, we will add this very soon. So how will this system look from the perspective of the student? So I have the student account, the same student account, Abdullah, logged in here. I refresh. You can see this is their home page. They will go to Virtual Cloud Labs, and here they will see all the virtual machines. Basically, it's the same view, but with a different design. So you can see here they have the student is he used 0 out of 20 hours and 0 out of 4 hours. So this, I think, because of the extension, they have more hours here. Okay. All in all, you can see that they cannot do any action on both virtual machines because they are locked by the instructor. So before you start your lab, what you need to do as an instructor, unlock it for all students. Okay, so I will unlock the virtual machine for all students. The students can then start their VM. I will start, let's start this, Ubuntu. And as you can see, before they start the VM, they are given a little bit of, a notice or instructions regarding the VM use. It says that starting the lab will count as full hour usage. Okay, and this is unfortunately not controlled by us. This is a limitation from the cloud provider. Later we can try to mitigate it, but for now this is what we have. Okay. In addition, they have weekly limits, auto termination after 2 hours, and it's just giving them a hint that they need to plan their sessions whenever they are trying to learn something new or test their labs. And this is a confirmation. Yes, start lab, then they can start the VM. So you can start actually multiple VMs at the same time. There are no limits. So to our upper limit for this cloud provider is 500 concurrent VM. Okay, 500 concurrent VM, which is too much already. Later we can ask for more, but I don't think we will have more than 500 students using the system at the same time, for now at least. Okay. So after you tell the students to start their VM, it will not be immediately available. It is running now, but if I refresh the page after a while, after 1 minute maybe, then it will give me another button, which is Open Lab. If I click here, it will actually open the VPS. Again, this is not immediately available. It will be available after 10 seconds, 15 seconds, around that time. Because again, what we are doing right now, we are creating a virtual private server in the cloud. So it will take a while for it to go online, basically, because it's created from scratch. Okay, so this is the student view. Let me go to my view so I can check my VM as well. And this is my view. I will open also my virtual private server. And you can see it's running already. It's been, it took around 4 minutes, 5 minutes to start the VM. Okay, so it started at 8:13, and the desktop environment has been up for at least 1 minute. Okay, so I have a button here, and if my VM supports multiple services, you will see each service name with a dot next to it. This dot, if it's gray, that means it is still not ready. It is being provisioned. If it's green, that means it is running and it is online. So I have the username and password. I'll copy the password, click on launch desktop, advanced, proceeds. The username Chasm user is for all users, and the password, I pasted the password. Let's wait for it to go up. And that's it. Of course, we can populate beforehand for each student um, whatever files necessary for any lab. For example, in this virtual machine, you will see that there is a virus.tar, okay, file already included. If I go to documents, I will see some documents already added for me. Again, this is done on the fly. That means whatever file you need to add, it is possible to add it for the students. Of course, since you are um the instructor, here you have the ability to copy, paste, delete, okay. Um, sorry, for the instructor and the student, they have this ability actually. But what I wanted to say is that there is a folder called shared. This shared is actually a shared folder, okay, that can be accessed from, just give me 1 second. I think we have it here. I will share with you the file server IP. So this is our file server. This file server is used for all courses. For now, I think we have another course here, which is CSEC 225. I'll add a shared folder for it. But you can see in ICT 219, for example, I can create a new file, test.txt, for example, test one, test. I can save it, or I can upload a file if I want to, okay? And if I go back to uh, my shared folder, you can see test one is available. And again, as an instructor, you have the ability to create, cut, paste, do whatever you want. We can download any software you want. This is what I included for now. If you want additional software, please let me know. We have control over that. Okay, for the student, more of the same. They will see the same landing page and their desktop environment. Again, it's been up for 1 minute. So this started at 8:17. It took, again, it will take around 5 minutes to fully start the desktop environment. It will take around 5 minutes to fully start the desktop environment. This, we are trying to reduce this time, but honestly, it takes a while because we are installing applications, we are adding files, provisioning a full Ubuntu desktop. So this is the best we can do for now. Okay, 5 minutes is not that long. Okay, and they have the same view, but if I go to the shared folder, for example here, um, you will see that they cannot cut or delete or modify anything in the shared folder. So they have only read access. So if you want to share something, this is the way to go. Again, I will provide you with access to I'll create accounts for the file server, so you can include or upload all your files. There is no limit to the uploaded size, but know that we have around 120 GB for the file server for now. Okay, and you can start your lab. You can start the terminal. Okay, I believe I installed already some commands. You can teach your lab as usual, you know. For IST219, it's all about the command line. So you have access to the terminal. If you don't like this terminal environment, we can install another one as well. It's basically the same for cybersecurity. Let us start cybersecurity and conclude with this virtual machine. So again, as an instructor, you have the ability to stop virtual machines for students. Now, after the virtual machine is started, you can actually lock it for the students, so they cannot stop it by mistake. Again, this is too much control. I added the option just in case, you know, maybe during our midterms and finals, this option would be nice to have. Okay, so students will not fiddle around with the stop button here. So they only have the open lab button. Okay. And again, it will show them the time remaining. Let us go to the other. Now for the cybersecurity VM, which is Kali Linux, it's a little bit heavy because we are not only installing Kali Linux desktop, but also installing other services next to it. So the way it works, let me just do a little diagram. So if we imagine this is the VPS itself. Inside the VPS, actually, we have multiple containers. So I believe for Kali Linux, we're having Kali itself. So this is the VPS itself, the server. We have Kali container in addition to a damn vulnerable web application, in addition to cyber chef, I think, in addition to MySQL, and therefore can't remember what else did we include. Just 1 second. There are other tools. You can see MySQL, Wasp Juice Shop as well. And this is it. We were trying to include Splunk, but unfortunately, Splunk is too heavy. So for Splunk, Splunk is used for packet inspection and log inspection. We can later have a dedicated virtual machine for it, because I don't think we can have Kali Linux and Splunk running on the same server. Splunk by itself will take at least 3 GB of RAM. So our server for Kali and Ubuntu actually is 8 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM and 2 virtual CPUs, which is good enough for introductory courses related to cybersecurity. And the IC219, which is just an introduction to Linux and the command line. So you can see once the students start their Kali Linux VM, it will take them to this page again. It got all the information regarding the VM, when it will be terminated, the status for all services, so at least they can tell what is running, what is not running. Again, it will take time. It will take around 5 minutes for the VM to start. Let us wait a little bit. The page will automatically refresh, by the way. You don't have to. I included the refresh button, but you don't really have to refresh anything. It will refresh. It will automatically refresh every 3 seconds. At the bottom of the page, you will see some general instructions that, again, wait on 5 minutes, click launch desktop, copy the username password. If you see this message, All of them will basically see the same message. You just need to click on advanced, proceed. So this basic instructions really. Just just give it a minute. By the way, the IP address of the student is shared between you, is public, of course, and accessible for the instructor as well. So if the student needs assistance, you can log in with the same credentials, and you will see exactly what they see, the same view. Okay, if you close it, if you close the instance here, that doesn't mean it is actually closed. It is still running in the background. So you can reopen it at any time. This will be, I think, very useful later for midterms and finals again, where we can um, implement Safe Exam Browser over our VCL system. So let me close this, and actually I will shut down the VM for the student. If I go check again, you can see that Kali desktop is now up. It took around, again, 3 minutes. If I copy the password, launch Kali, more of the same, advanced, proceed, CASM user, and the password, and I should be able to access my Kali desktop. Again, it's the same story really. You have the shared folder with the same tools, and I think this shared folder, I didn't put it. I will map it to an exact folder, so this way you don't see all of the IST courses. And this is it really for Ktech VCL. Again, more is coming. The system is just starting really. We have more capabilities, and we can customize it to be fitting to our needs. In the end, you can stop the VM here by clicking on the stop button. You'll see that even though I used it for 2 minutes maybe, or I don't know, 10 minutes, it counted as 1 hour. The same would go for the students. I can stop it on their behalf. And this is it really. Thank you for your time, and I hope this pilot project will be successful. If you have any feedback, please share it as soon as possible. Thank you.